This is a part of my property I have not been able to get to.
Oh, don't cry.
I'm starting to feel an itch right here. Is it the poison oak? So there have been stories about buried treasure. There have been stories of a spring down here, and
I think there's a spring.
they were working on releasing the spring with a vision of a swimming hole.
I think if we dug this out, we'd have our own swimming hole.
I'm trying not to cry. Let's do this. And you can't make this stuff up. I present to you Fat Mama Creek. Welcome to the Engage series. This is the episode where I exclaim, you have not lived until you end up with poison oak in your eye. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about poison oak remedies, apparently, but more importantly, engaging in your weight loss goal and the amazing things that can happen, including what apparently is that lesson. How many times do we learn it? The solution, the power is inside of ourselves. So don't wonder about the man behind the curtain. Who cares about the man behind the curtain? Because the solution is right in here. So lift your own hand and touch it to your chest. That is your solution. Because look at where I'm standing right here. Look at these massive moss-covered rocks behind me. I've been on neighbor's property hiking, and I thought, what would it cost to buy this property so I could have these massive rocks with their moss growing on them? I already had them, and I just didn't know it because this is a part of my property I have not been able to get to. A couple of weeks ago, I was gone for about a week working so hard on the Jumpstart module, spiffing up the whole course area with a focus on that Jumpstart module, more psychology videos, all of that, and I was gone for a week. When I left here, I had been saying to Frederick, I need to get out, I need to hike. And when I left him, I said, absolutely, you know what? I will hire you to do some property clearing. So I was gone for about a week. I come home. And as soon as I get out of the car, he says, I need to show you something. I'm too tired. I can't. Well, he was insistent. And so let me show you a little bit of footage from that. And yes, I do get a little bit emotional. What he was showing me was a trail that he carved down to this area of the property. And this has been an inaccessible area for us. So I present to you the very northern edge of our property. This is a seasonal creek. There's no water in it this season at all. That's how little water runs in here. And it is a creek that it's on the maps, but it doesn't even have a name. But some years ago, the kids and I actually named it. And you can't make this stuff up, but I present to you Fat Mama Creek. Okay. This is Fat Mama Creek. It is maybe a mile long, and a third of that is on our property. There is no water running in it right now, but there is so much potential here. I can't even believe it. This area of our property was actually the old driveway. It used to come from the hot springs up to this house. Frederick, I want to show them my grand idea for how we were going to get down to Fat Mama Creek. So this just shows that like maybe we weren't all born to make trails and roads. The way that I've gotten down to the creek before was with a rope, because this is how steep it was. And I'm going to show you that. It's hard to see through all the other things, but yeah, the rope is right there. It's very steep. And so what we did is we would come down here and we went down to the creek with that rope, but we rarely came down here. And it's always been my goal to develop this a little bit. It's amazing, especially in the summer, but it's been such a crazy idea. And I've really never had a partner with it. I wasn't physically able to do anything with it before, but now I have somebody. I grew my own help.
Yep. It used to be so hard to get down there, but I made a trail right to it, and it starts over there.
So I was off for 6 days working on the Eat Like a Bear digital courses and just working so hard. And this guy was working hard too.
Yep. I think I did a pretty good job with it.
You did a great job. You know, the thing is, you really are a natural with the trails. I'm just really impressed. This is just really, really great. Wow.
Don't cry. Save that for the emotional movies.
Wow, I think if weather permits, we should really look at getting down here in the next couple of weeks even. We could do a lot of damage down here in a day with even one more person and a chainsaw.
Yeah, good.
Oh, and look at the rocks.
Oh, and Mom.
Oh my gosh.
I think... Okay. So I meant to show you this earlier. The end of the rope.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So this is exactly where we'd come down. Like, yeah, down that hill. And yeah, you can just walk down here now. You don't have to hold onto a rope and come down that cliff.
Oh my gosh. Well, and right, this is where the rope came down, and over in this area is exactly where I had been thinking about putting in, like, you know, a couple of chairs for the summer or something. Okay, Rico, I'm in.
Uh-huh, me too.
I'm in.
Oh, let me show you something else you might be interested in.
But wow, I'm just taking it in. You just see me just standing here. It's because I am taking this in. Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, so you see that puddle? There's no water upstream, but there's water here. I think there's a spring.
So there have been stories about buried treasure and, you know, lost treasure and all that sort of thing. Lots and lots of lore. There have been stories of a spring down here in this creek bed. In fact, about 30 years ago, we came down here looking for a spring. And I remember distinctly my dad was down here with a few guys, including Celeste McIntyre's future husband. They were working on releasing the spring with a vision of a swimming hole. Well, they never were able to do that back then, but this is exactly why. I got emotional when Frederick made this announcement to me.
I think if we dug this out, we'd have our own swimming hole.
Have you heard the history of that idea?
No,
Really?
tell me about it.
I'm just looking at your reaction just to see, are you playing me somehow here? I'm trying not to cry.
Oh my gosh.
You might understand when you're 50.
And a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's do this.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm up for it.
It's day one of the work. We're 3 hours in. I wonder what I even look like 3 hours in. It's actually Easter Sunday of 2021, and I've got two other guys here. I've got Frederick, my son, and Mike is here helping us. We actually have 3 small fires in this little creek bed today. We didn't really have a specific plan when we got down here, but this is just the most efficient way to get the most burning done in the safest way possible. We are burning in the creek bed because there are large rocks on either side, which really help with fire safety because we're pretty remote, and so we need to be pretty careful with what we're doing. Absolute truth be told, there is no work I love more than burning. So, I mean, physically, you get a workout. You get a real hardcore workout. It uses all your core muscles. And the thing is, the cleaning potential is monumental. We have all of this brush all over the place, and we burn it. We get to see the fire. And then all that mess is gone. Just disappears. If we could do this in our houses, wouldn't that be something? If we could do this in our lives, wouldn't that be something? This is my favorite work. It's day one and about hour 5. There is a good bit of poison oak down here. I am very allergic to it. What happens is the more you're exposed to it in your life, the bigger your reaction gets. And so I have a little protocol that I use where I shower, so I will absolutely do that at the end of the day. But I'm starting to feel an itch right here. And I wondered, is it the poison oak? We're about to find out. It's day 2 on the project. We're already about an hour in. Oh, I am wearing the same shirt because you burn yourself on these fires. You get embers and stuff. And so there's a bunch of burn marks on the back of this shirt. So it's my official burn shirt, just to let you know. So anywho, I'm already kind of tired. So it's day 2, but it's actually 4 days after day 1. So day 1 was on Easter Sunday of 2021. And this is Thursday, I think April 8th. And I am amazed. I'm thrilled. You guys need to see this progress. I can't even believe it. We're headed into hour 8 and I've lost my guys. So I'm just here waiting for the fires to simmer down a little bit so that I can put them out. That's what I'm doing. I'm still raking some stuff up, trying to put some logs in the fire, get them to burn down a little bit more. But boy, this is a lot of hours to be out doing this. Almost 9 hours. So what do I look like after 9 hours? Here we are. I've been raking sticks and leaves forever. For 1700 years, just in the last hour. I should add, as I head in for the day after 10 hours of work out here, that by any standard, I deserve to eat. I deserve to go up to that house right now and eat, but I'm not going to do that. I've gotten used to going to bed kind of peckish. Might as well go to bed a little more hungry. I'm just going to grab my shower and, I don't know, catch Longmire or something like that. That's it. It's feeling like the morning after down here. We've gotten so much done these last couple of days. This is still day 3 and still early, but my goodness, I'm tired and I'm just really checking out the sites and the progress. It's hour 5 and I'm just monitoring now. So we got close to our neighbor's house, as the wind blows, and he has lung problems. And so he's asked us to stop feeding the fires. We're not doing the cleanup, so we've stopped. We're just letting these simmer. We're not doing the cleanup on them that we normally would, and that's okay. Neighbor's lungs are far more important than having this clean, but we've actually made far more progress than we just ever imagined. So I'm really, really pleased about it. And so I've been out here for about 10 hours now on day 3, and I'm highly concerned about the poison oak. I mean, I could really have it all over. Because see, I'm touching my face right now. I've been touching it because I've had the gloves on and off, and you get it on your pants, you touch your face, it's all over the place. So I've had it in my eyes. I was just rubbing the little corner of my eye, this inside part of my eye, and I thought, oh dear, what was I doing? What was I thinking? It's the end of day 3, so we are letting these simmer out, but I still have to stay down here and watch them. So I'm just hanging out, enjoying. This project is really ongoing, so stay tuned for more excitement at Fat Mama Creek. And so here we are after 3 days of work. As an actual monument to that metaphor, we had it all along. I've wanted property with giant rocks, and here we are on my property with giant rocks. We were just 3 days away from this for the 35 years that this family owned the property. Today is the day, you guys. Today is the day. But may this just be the introductory video to a Fat Mama Creek, which I welcome you to here today. Fat Mama Creek was named about 10 years ago after me. And obviously then, I embraced it and I lived my best. And I'll tell you what, me in 2017, that's who did it. That is who did it. That is when I got in my own head. I countered all of the second guesses and self-doubt, and I changed my life. And it turns out this creek was named after me in that time. And I'm proud of that. So welcome.